If you heard of DRose, DRose is locked up right now for a murder that he didn't even commit. He wasn't even around, just off his name.
Show your face. Show your face, please. With sugar on top.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, please make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at hookahanonymous_. Alright? We're able to be a little more explicit, a little more uncensored, and share content freely without running the risk of having our channel terminated. So, once again, make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at hookahanonymous_. Alright, now let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, DRose been the topic of a lot of conversation these days, and the situation is beginning to be magnified to the point where people are now paying attention and asking questions. Now, we just did a story on DRose, and I'll pin it in the comments so y'all can check it out and get updated with what's going on instead of being left in the dark. Now, recently a DRose affiliate actually called out the so-called guys mentioning his name all in their music. This comes after a phone interview from DRose along with Hakeem Muhammad when he spoke on the death of King Von and wanted to bring peace to his community. Now, the affiliate had some interesting words to say, and they took to their Instagram story and said, quote, "And that's why I never F with N-words. How you leave your muscle, the realest N-word locked up. For some ish he ain't do. N-words weak. They never wanted to see my brother make it. 100 emoji, exclamation mark, and then, the girl with the hands up emoji. But in due time." Then it says, "Just listening to my brother, this ish make my eyes water. He tell they A-words I had 100K bond for 3 years. None of them N-words that rap about him did none." Now, this comes after we heard a phone interview with DRose saying that the guys left him on trial without a lawyer, which means he went to trial and he fought that whole case without a lawyer. I don't know if he went with a public defendant or he actually had a lawyer, but not one that was fit for that case. Sometimes you go and you fight a case with a lawyer that you can afford. It's not always the one that's the ideal one that you should be using. However, it's all you can afford. All right. So he's saying that the guys left him on trial without a lawyer. They didn't pay for his lawyer and didn't even try to pay his bond, which was only 100K, to where he could fight his case on the outside. So for 3 years that he was fighting his case, they didn't pay his bond. And I know a lot of people probably see that and be like, well, he was in there already. It shouldn't matter. No, man. If you know anything about the court system, it's always best when you fight your case from the outside. For one, you're on the outside. You don't know, if you're going to get found guilty or not, but at least you get some peace, a little bit of time to be outside. And then not to mention the courts, they feel that you got some type of support system behind you. If you just inside and you fighting your case from inside, they feel that you don't got nobody. They feel that nobody care about you, so why should they? Why should they cut you a break if nobody else care about you? And that's really how they feel. So right now, DRose is currently serving a 40-year bid, but rumor has it that the crime he's sitting in jail for, he didn't even commit. We don't know how true it is, and only him and the guys who really are responsible, if that's true, will actually know. And we've been hearing a lot of rumors. Even this person, the affiliate, just said it as well. It must be something to where everybody knows what's going on, but nobody's saying anything. It's one of those situations. So once again, everybody knows what's going on. Personally, even if he didn't, the code of the street is you don't snitch by any means necessary. So sadly, it'll be unfortunate if DRose really didn't do it, but he's staying true to the hood mentality that you just don't snitch. So to the hood, it's called being solid, but in hindsight, imagine your life pretty much being thrown away, all for a crime that you did not commit, but you still had to hold it down, or you'd be considered a snitch. All right? It must be tough. Now, 600Breezy did an interview with Vlad TV some time ago, and although it's old, I think it's important because it correlates to what's going on, because he confirms the rumor to actually be true. Now, although some people are saying that Breezy might have said too much, it's seeming like it's something that's known within the guys. So we probably don't know about it. So we sitting here like, oh, how is he going to say that? He's saying too much. He's snitching. He X, Y, and Z. But guess what? It sounds like it's something that, you know, the guys already know. They all know. One of those situations that, like, if you know, you know. But from the outside looking in, you don't see it like that.
They found him guilty because people are going to court saying he did. But truth is, one of our homies that got killed did. DRose didn't do it.
All right. Now, here's why I see why people may say that it's a little too much. Because going on a big platform saying that DRose didn't do it in a confident manner only leads for the next question. Well, then who? If you so confident in saying that he's locked up for something he didn't do, and you're acting like you know what's going on, then who are the suspects? Straight like that. That's how the police are liable to come. Straight like that. And once again, you're forced to either hold it down or fold. And the thing about life, like I mentioned in the last video, man, it's damn if you do, damn if you don't. Because if you do say it wasn't me and end up telling, then you'll be labeled a snitch. But if you don't tell and you hold it down, now people are going to call you stupid for taking a bunch of time for a crime that you didn't even commit. And the guys aren't even helping you. So that's like a double whammy. That makes it worse. Not to mention, you know, once your family catch wind that you're sitting in jail for a crime that you didn't do, imagine how they're going to feel. Imagine how they're going to act. So, also the part that I found interesting was that Breezy said people was going to court testifying saying that he did it, even though he didn't. I want to know who them people were. And if he truly didn't do it, what evidence that they had against DRose that made the charges stick and convict him? Because you can't just go off of word of mouth. You need some type of evidence along with the word of mouth. You see what I'm saying? Whether you have a bunch of people come to court and say you did X, Y, and Z, they got to prove it. You can't just go off of word of mouth. Now, if I'm not mistaken, they were saying it was the white minivan that was identified on the crime scene that tied him to it because he was either caught in the same minivan or something of that nature. However have you. But like I said in the video that we already covered, 2 other individuals were also stopped in the same minivan. So y'all gonna have to check that video out. But the point is, you know, this whole thing, man, we're learning that DRose is actually serving a 40-year bid for something that he didn't do. It's not confirmed that he didn't, but that seems to be the word around town. And Breezy says that the person who actually did it is now dead. And we're not sure how credible that is, right? But that gotta be tough because if he's dead now, right? If he's now dead, it's really nobody out there to take the rap. It's nobody to pin it to. Who you gonna pin it to? Somebody else that's innocent? You know? So it's like now he's stuck in a situation where they say, if he didn't do it, right? And we want to give him a pill. He say he didn't do it, no problem. If that's in fact true and they trying to see who did it, then guess what? Who are they going to point out? And if I'm not mistaken, he already tried to appeal it and they denied his appeal. You know, but let's be real. We do know that in certain cases, guys try to appeal their case, you know, more than once. And sometimes they're granted. But I think they have a certain amount of appeals you can actually do before you reach your limit. I'm not really sure. Don't quote me on everywhere if they do it everywhere. But I think you get a certain amount of appeals you could do, and then it just is what it is. So, like I said, man, moral of the story, DRose, they're saying that he's incarcerated for something he didn't do. And he's not just facing 2, 3, 10 years. They gave this man 40 years. All right. And they're pretty much saying that it's based off of who he was. And they may have had knowledge of him doing prior crimes that they just couldn't pin him on. So, you know, he was like a nuisance to the police because it's like, we know he's doing it, but we don't have enough evidence to convict him for it. So now once they got the opportunity to convict him for something, they blew it out the water. It's like they're using the steam from the other crimes that they can't use against him and just taking it out on him on this case. And that happens. So y'all jump in the comments, let me know how y'all feel. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping. And I'm out.